fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
Do you want me to be fucking retarded?
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Sean Solo from the Uncelebz podcast, bringing you another reaction video. Now, before we get to the video, man, I would like to take the time out, ask that you subscribe, like, share, and comment, and put in notifications, man, for more reaction videos and more podcast videos. Alright, so shoutouts to thoughtcatalog.com. We're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna have some fun this Friday, man. We're gonna, I'm gonna do a reaction video to worst Tinder stories ever. And this is from thoughtcatalog.com. Alright? Let's get started. A different person showed up. Not exactly my worst, but potentially most confounding. Completely different girl showed up to my date. I'm not talking clever use of camera angles. This was a completely different person. I was honestly just amazed that someone actually had done this and that I was witnessing it. It was one of those things that I've heard stories from friends but never actually experienced. It was super weird. She mentioned facts about me as if she was the one I was messaging. So who knows? I left after a drink, met her with some friends. Best situation you can do, man. Yeah, it sucks that there's actually people, who do this. They have these Tinder dates and they go on these profiles and they'll steal another person's photo and pose as them. Not a match. Finding my mom in there. Ooh, that's not good. No, not good. Not good at all. Mama gotta go on dates too, right? So, it's, yeah, I don't know how to explain that one. It's like imagine like you matched with your mom, like that's creepy. I'd delete Tinder after that. Stood up twice in one night. Now, hold on a second. How do you get stood up twice in one night? Like, you don't get stood up once, but you got stood up twice. Let's look into that. I once got stood up twice in one night. With the first girl, me and her had an actual planned out date a few days in advance. I get to the place and texted her. She texted me 20 minutes later. See, yeah, that right there, listen, if I come up to the spot and I'm waiting more than 5 minutes, I'm either going to send a text or I'm leaving. So 20 minutes, first date, not good. So far, not good. She texted me 20 minutes later and she said she had met up with with a friend beforehand, so she was running late. She never showed up. I started Tindering at the bar. My man, it's just like cut to the scene. Like, yo, fuck it, I'm going to the bar. I'm swiping left. I'm swiping right. Like, no delay. Just, I'm back at the bar Tindering. Match with someone. Okay. Told her about my situation and asked her what was she up to. She said she was at a bar by herself and told me that it sucked that my date just didn't show up. I asked her if I can join. She gave me enthusiastic sounding, sure. She wasn't there when I showed up, laugh out loud. I sarcastically messaged her, wow, stood up twice in one night. I feel like I should get a prize or something. She didn't respond and unmatched me the next day. Ooh. The first date later said that she showed up late and I had left already. Duh. And wanted to reschedule. I just wasn't feeling it anymore and got off of Tinder after that one. Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. The second date, it was a shot in the dark. It would have been great if you had got with the second date and then it could have completed your night, but I wasn't really expecting the second one to happen, really, but, and then it sucks. She kind of just, I don't know, people are weird, I don't understand, but, that first one, yeah, at least she tried to reschedule, but, listen, first impressions are everything, so, yeah, you can't be 20 minutes late. you gotta let someone know beforehand, like, hey, listen, I'm running kind of late, this and that happened, so. But then you said, you planned out this date days in advance, so I don't, but hey, things can happen, right? The rock and roll lifestyle. Guy invited me on a date to a bar to watch a band play and get a drink or two. I show up and wait around for a good 20 minutes. Turns out his band that was playing, and he had invited 3 other girls on dates. What a dirtbag. I was so mad and waiting outside for my Uber when he came out and told me I was being incredibly rude and he never wanted to see me again. Wow. What an a-hole, man. It's like who does he thought he was? He was like Gene Simmons or something like that. See, only Gene Simmons and like anybody like Steve Tyler could get away with something like that. But you just some regular schmegular average Joe in the band, like, that's not cool, man. I'm pretty sure, like, in his mind, he probably was thinking, like, maybe if I invite 3 girls, right? Maybe I have a chance with maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, hopefully the band was good. If the band was good, then it wasn't so bad. But hey, I mean, listen, you dodged a bullet. You just goes to show, you can't date rock stars, I mean, me, I'm a rock star. No. White girl into Asian dudes hates Asian food. Alright, now wait a minute now. Like, just because someone could be into a certain race doesn't necessarily mean they could be into their food. I mean, I think that would be kind of racist. It's like, oh, I love Spanish women, and I just love Spanish women because they make Spanish food really good. Like, that's pretty gnarly to say. I'm an Asian dude. Of course you are. Matched with a white girl who was very clear in her profile that she only wanted Asian dudes. That could be a red flag, my friend. Normally, I don't like being with anyone in a racial preference, even if it's my race, but everything else about her job, hobbies, etc. seemed pretty interesting. Took her to a Korean restaurant and she revealed to me that she's one of them picky eaters that grew up eating chicken fingers her entire life. Oh! Oh! Everything else about her turned out to be as boring as her culinary preferences. Ooh. How do you expect to land an Asian dude when you're afraid of any cuisine outside of fast food? I mean, anyone who's grown up eating chicken fingers, was fed chicken fingers their whole life. That's a red flag. I mean, they're not all the way there, I mean, think about it. If you were just fed just straight chicken fingers for your whole entire life, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be looking the best. You wouldn't be looking your best because you're just eating chicken fingers. So let's just get that out the way. And I mean, you kind of pulled into the stereotype card. Like, you automatically just, I'm going to take her to a Korean restaurant. I mean, you could just took her to somewhere else, And also, I don't think because she's not into, Asian food, I don't think that's necessarily a red flag. I don't think that's a deal breaker. Now the part where you said she's boring, that's a deal breaker. But I mean, if she wasn't as boring, I'm pretty sure, you could have still kept dating her, The bitter Tinder ex. Ooh, sound like a good one. Back in college, met a girl on Tinder. Invited her over after a meeting out at the bars that night. We hook up and she was gone in the morning. Out of here. We went out one more time sober and realized it wasn't working out what we wanted, so we stopped talking. Fair enough. Okay, yes, things are different when you're sober versus when you're drunk. I guess when you're drunk, you're in the moment, anything goes, and yeah, it could happen. Anyways, 2 months later, my roommate brings her home and they hook up. Oh, get around. Apparently they met on Tinder as well. Yeah, it sounds like you and your roommate have similar tastes. Nothing wrong with that, but imagine like imagine like you coming in the house and then like you see the same girl you was messing with, or you see the same guy you was messing with like 2 months later in your crib with your roommate. That's insane. To her defense, it's a small town, but shit, she must be local. I wake up to her coming into my room. I wake up and ask her to leave since I had class the next morning. She ends up pushing this red button that was all the bedrooms at this particular campus. For those who never seen this, it is a small red button that sends the police a distress signal. Ooh. Yeah, it's not cool. Anyways, later I have the police at our apartment as I explained to them that she thought it was funny to press the button and I want her to leave. Okay, yeah, this guy is not good with his typing. Meanwhile, she goes on saying it was an accident. Luckily, she finally leaves after all of that. I mean, you kind of dodged a bullet. You know, it's good that you had to experience that then, as opposed to, later dates and you see that she's very petty. Yeah, last thing you want is someone who's like very petty and immature, and their only excuse was, I thought it would be funny too. Like, that's no. Like, you could have been tragic, but glad that she left and you moving on with life. The most expensive Tinder date. You talking like $300, $400. Not me, but a friend of mine. Right. So why don't you let the friend tell it, huh? Why you gotta tell it? Sure. So he met this girl on Tinder. They chatted after a month and she invited him to her town, around 100 kilometers away. He agreed because he had a fucking date. That's right. That's what you do. So he drove her to the town and a nice evening. Eventually they got dinner. They eat, but after the meal, she gotta go to the toilet, but never comes back. Ooh. He had to pay the whole bill with his leftover money. He got back home, and it was a pretty expensive trip for him. Yeah. See. Here's the thing with that situation, right? I mean, for one, it sucks that happened to your boy, but see, 100 kilometers away. Okay, and then so it's similar to equivalent like in New York, right? For like a guy who's gonna go see a girl in another neighborhood he's not familiar with, or a girl goes to a guy's neighborhood that she's not familiar with. Same kind of deal. In this situation, you gotta play it safe and meet at a mutual area. Like somewhere like in the middle, and you be the one that suggest the place to go. Some place that's not too cheap, not too expensive, but right in the middle. Yeah, just to avoid that situation. Like I said, that conflict. So it sounds like what this was going on, he was like whining and dining her, and then she had to go to the bathroom and she dipped. Also, always, if someone suggests a place, or someone suggests a place or you suggest a place, always do research on the menu and the prices and all that, just to be on the safe side, man. You never know. Knowing me, I would have dipped. I'm not paying the whole bill. Okay, all right, I actually would have paid the whole bill. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the situation, depending on how much it was, it feels like $75. Okay, I'll cover that. I'll take that L. $300? I'm out. I'm out. I'm about to go. I'm gonna make a trip to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom too. I'll be right back. I'm out of there. I love you. Oh, How could this one be so bad? You know, with the headline, "I love you." Can't go wrong, right? Matched with an insanely hot guy. Told me he was a virgin, but figured I'd let him slide. I let it slide. Okay, depending on how old this guy was. Go to his place and he was super handsy and sucked at kissing. I decided I was over it and I told him I had to leave. She said she had to go. I have to leave, right? He hugged me at the door and said, I love you. I love your body. I got out of there so fast that I left my favorite cardigan. I have no desire to get it back. Oh, yeah, that's a couple of strikes. Insanely hot guy, super handsy, and he sucked at kissing. Not a good combination, you know. You ain't gotta be like no professional kisser, but you gotta hold it down. Like, you can't be on some, yo, I don't know. I don't suck at kissing, so at least I don't think I suck at kissing. I think I'm a good kisser, but yeah, you gotta work on that. Homeboy gotta get some practice in there. But then again, he said that he did say that he was a virgin, so there you go. Insanely hot guy, he was a virgin, and he said, I love you. Yeah, that's not a good first impression. You can't tell someone on the first date, I love you. That's a no-no. Even if you do. You don't know that yet. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks that you left your favorite cardigan. Hopefully you could get, I'm pretty sure you could order another one. You figure out where it was from and whatnot. Wow. All right, so that wraps up part 1 of the worst Tinder dates ever. Be doing the part 2. All right, so be on the lookout for that, man. But yo, I want to thank everyone for taking the time out to kick it with me, and hope you had as much fun as I did reading these stories, man. It's crazy out here in these streets, you know? So that's my time, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know your worst Tinder date. Put it in the comment section, man. We want to know. All right? So it's your boy Sean, and I'm signing off.